Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to today's video. Today we'll be talking about why the smartest individual won't necessarily do the best in the adult workforce. This is something that I've been thinking about for quite some time. I don't know when it was this expectation that just because you have a 4.0 translate into the adult working world that you'll be phenomenal in every endeavor that you do. I think the smartest person in the room or smartest, brightest individual won't necessarily ever make partner or senior advisor or project manager. And the reason why I say this is I feel like people who have 4.0s their entire lives are perfectionists, right? They've been number one in everything that they've done. But in the adult world, I feel like there's a series of small decisions that we have to make every single day. And we can't make the perfect decision. We're limited on time. And I understand that you want to do your best. But the thing is, if you try to be perfect in every decision you make, the opportunity is lost. The opportunity is given up. And if you can't make decisions, and sometimes you make bad decisions and they fail, and deal with that rejection, I feel like you won't ever be able to be successful. And I feel like really bright and talented individuals necessarily lack this insight because they've been number one their entire life. They've never failed. If you've never failed, you don't know how to overcome that. And they get overwhelmed that everything they do has to be perfect. They almost have like decision paralysis. Look, I'm not saying like working hard and being smart doesn't play off, but I'm saying like the really smart kids, the top 1%, I don't think those people necessarily make partner. I truly believe it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's sad to say, but the thing is, people have to generally like you in your work environment. And a lot of people who are really smart kind of isolate themselves. They say, I don't put my head down, not socialize, not network. I'm just going to do me, let my work speak for itself. You might be really good at middle management, but you'll never make it to the top. And I think it comes down to the idea that just because you're smart doesn't mean you're better than everyone. And having that soft social skills might do you well. The idea that you can have a conversation with someone for 30 minutes and show that you're a human being outside of work, outside this title, you're a decent human being and I can trust you. It doesn't actually require much to have people look out for you. It's the idea that like you are an individual that cares about people. And it's just so simple. It's like, yeah, dude, look, if you're in a consulting firm or whatever it is, everyone is a 4.0. Everyone's gone to an Ivy League. What separates you from the rest? You guys all have really successful test scores. You guys all have work ethic, but what's the difference? What separates you from someone else? That's your rough edges. That's the ability to deal with adversity on the go. And you don't have the time to deal with complex problems in a timely manner. You have to be able to think quickly on your feet, think intuitively. And I feel like this happens through the socialization. People who understand like street cred, street knowledge, right? You know, the thing is there's a lot of book smart kids. Okay, there's a lot of really book smart kids. I've noticed it, especially with some Asian men. Like, you guys are so book smart, and it's like to the point where you don't have any street knowledge. You don't know how social dynamics work. You don't know how social cues or anything of that matter even works because you never realized the point of it. You thought that if it doesn't serve me in my academic life, it doesn't matter. But the thing is, this will hurt you. Understand that we all have to go to work, right? But what do you do outside work? Your coworkers go to happy hour, your manager's birthday party, stuff like that. You have to get cool with someone, right? But to be invited, you have to be kind of cool. You have to be able to be trusted. You can't be a square. The thing with rule followers is if you follow every single rule, right? Can you really trust those people? Because someone will like snitch or rat you out. It's kind of that trust thing. It's kind of the unspoken rule of like, let me trust you. If I'm gonna look out for you, you have my back. I think that's something that a lot of Asian men kind of lack is that street knowledge. And it makes sense though, because you never saw the value of it. You know, it didn't serve you in school or grades. You'd be like, why would I even waste my time? I'd rather waste my time studying and doing things that actually benefit my career. And the thing is, yeah, but those soft skills are so crucial and necessary in your development. That holds and maintains and builds your career. I feel like smarts gets you in the door, but you have to maintain and build that and expand. That comes down to the idea of socialization. So guys, look, if you have a chip on your shoulder and you're trying to be the smartest person in the room and you're kind of a dick to people, don't do that, okay? If you're a smart person, people will be able to tell by your actions. Just don't be an asshole about it because now you'll be ostracized and you won't be let in the inner circle. I'm not saying you have to drink the Kool-Aid and be a people pleaser, but the thing is, it's work, guys. You have to maintain a social expectation and be professional, right? To every single person, whether you like them or not. I'm not saying you have to give up your morals and do things you don't like to do, but the thing is, treat people with respect, okay? Security is one of those things that will destroy you. Just because you're insecure, look, we're all insecure, right? But the way you deal with it will really translate because you can always tell when someone's like seething with insecurity. He's like, oh, here's my title, here's my position. The thing is, no one gives a fuck about your title or position, right? I have to like you. And the thing is, people who like you put you in positions that they want you in, where they can trust you and you can take care of their work to make their life easier. So if I had work advice, I would say this. Look, I'm in consulting. I have a very untraditional route of how I got into consulting. Thing is, look, I went to a polytechnic school and I majored in psychology, a liberal arts. And during my time in college, I started a media company and I was a videographer, and we started doing social media marketing, and we produced a ton of photography and videos for music videos. We did real estate photography, photography for wineries, coffee shops, etc. And then somehow I got into consulting, right? I've obviously done a lot more in my resume, my short exposure in the industry. But I think the thing that really separated me from everyone else was, look, I didn't have the traditional path. I didn't go into finance. I didn't major in business. But the thing is, people liked me. I have a very unorthodox, untraditional career path so far and on my resume. And being different isn't a bad thing. It's a new spice, it's a new level. And the thing is, if you want someone to think exactly the same, that's not me. But if you want someone to think outside the box and think differently, but also do the same amount of work and go above and beyond, risk it, give me a shot. But I think this idea of just looking at someone and be like, look, I belong here. I understand that my path was not traditional and I kind of went against the grain, but I hope to do good work. And honestly, it served me really well. I think the whole idea is like, I don't know. I was always curious about people and what they did. I think the most fascinating part was like, I cared about my fellow human, my fellow man. It's like, how do you exist and deal in this complicated world? Which kind of goes back to my philosophy. My philosophical ideas is like, this life is so stressful and so arduous and so much bullshit we have to deal with. I always love to see how people coped and dealt with in this life, what they found to be joyful, what they did in their free time, right? And how we can relate and how we can just share this moment of getting to know someone. I truly believe your own conversation away. I'm not saying you have to fake it. The thing is, people say to go network, but people can tell when you're faking it and just trying to get something out of them. The whole idea is, look, we're humans. Can you be vulnerable? Can you be trusted? Do you get it? Do you get the unspoken rule of social norms? The idea that like you look in their face like, you're cool. I know I can trust you. And then just be like, you're not a square. You're not going to snitch on me. You're not going to be intense. You're not going to be fake. But the thing is, be comfortable in your own skin. It comes to the idea of self-esteem is like, I deserve to be here. I deserve to be here playing with the big boys, right? And that's a thing that you have to deal with on your own. Thing is, if you're not comfortable in your own skin and enough isn't enough, feel like you have something to prove, guys, people just want you to be yourself. If you have to continually try to win approval and qualify yourself, people get uneasy. They're like, dude, this dude clearly is fucking insecure and doesn't belong here, but somehow you manage to get by, you manage to slip by. Don't be that guy. If you want to do well in your career, do good work. Obviously, show up on time, deliver things, but also stand up for yourself and ask people about themselves and get out of your shell. I know a lot of Asian men in the workplace sometimes, they don't interact with others. They kind of eat alone at their desk. They don't go to happy hours. They don't go to social events. They don't get to know anyone outside of the fact that you're my boss. You won't go that far because your peers will also elevate with you. Sometimes, they might know someone in the company, and then when they need a referral, they might refer you. But the thing is, if you don't interact with someone, right? Or if people are chatting after work and you don't say hi and try to just get to know what everyone's plan is, you're just always on your phone or eating alone because you're afraid of intermingling, you won't have connections, you won't have friends, you won't have people who are looking out for you. And that's the saddest part. Obviously, this is a really vague video that I can continually make, so I'll make like part 2 and 3, but I hope you guys find some value from it. But my concluding thoughts would be like this. Get out of your shell. Get out of your comfort zone. Interact with the people you work with. Get to know them. They're also there trying to make a living to support their own needs and family. They're there for the same reasons. And maybe you don't agree with people, maybe you don't like them, but find the people that you genuinely like are human beings and make friendships, because that connection will last for a lifetime and they'll always look out for you in the same way you look out for them. If you guys want to talk about this further, please email me at brimtalksconsult@gmail.com. If you want to see what I'm up to, follow me on Instagram at m.deep20. I hope you guys have a great day. As always, wish you the best. Namaste.